All right, awesome. So every Wednesday until we decide that Wednesday doesn't work for us, we're going to be meeting on Zoom at 8:30. And I will start each session with a prayer, or Natalie, or both of us, depending on who's on. And then I want each of us to go around and just share what was our win for the week. And then we'll kind of dive into some discussions, questions that I have prepared for us tonight. So if you guys want to bow, I will say a quick prayer for us. Father, thank you so much for bringing these amazing women into my life, and that you just blessed me with the ability to be on here to serve these women, and with skills to just build this website and everything that I've been able to do to help them. I just thank you so much for Natalie and what she's been able to bring to Rise to Your Purpose. And I just pray blessings over her as she's camping with kids this week. I pray for each one of these women, and that you just continue to bless them, and that this be a program that can really just have an impact on their lives, Father. And I just ask that you bring a hedge of protection around our meeting tonight, and that we're just able to have open and honest conversations and just share with each other and grow with each other. And I just praise your name for all that you have done and all that you're doing behind the scenes that we don't even know. And I just thank you so much. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so let's start with what is a win from the week that you have gotten from the program. So Kristen, do you want to start?
Honestly, I feel like the biggest win for me was getting everything straight with my my God time in the morning. The matrix, that's what you guys called it. That has been hugely helpful. And Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I walk with my neighbor, and so my morning starts, my morning normal routine that I would do every other day starts about 45 minutes to an hour later. And so I just would adjust the matrix to, like 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's been huge, because I feel like every day I would wake up to have God time, but it was just like, I don't really know what to read. I just felt like I was philandering all the time. Yeah. So that, and I did a great job of planning out my days for about 4 days, and then I didn't do it at all for the last couple of days. And man, can I tell a difference.
Yeah.
So that's been a kick in the pants.
Awesome. Susan, how about you? What was your one win from the program?
Oh, I've got more than one.
That's okay. I did too.
Well, I can really tell, and I'm going to, for the rest of my life, do the prayer of Jabez every morning. This is something I've been doing on the last 3 weeks. I think it's been about 3 weeks since I really got involved with that, and adding all my library and my inspirational books. I thought, and I think I even wrote in there that last week on one of the workbooks that I didn't think at my job time blocking would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to be able to do it somewhat, because I just feel a lot more, even though it's very stressful there, but all that I'm doing with my God time in the morning, and constantly thanking him and asking for blessing and protection. There's things happening, and I can tell it. I'm a lot more calmer about the stress there and my whole mindset. It has been shifting, but I tell you, it's just really terrific.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lauren, you're next. I'm just going across my screen, so.
I would have to say, just in general, implementing a consistent morning routine, especially with your mindful morning that you had us do, that for me has stood out probably the most. So I'm just looking for consistency and getting really good with one thing at a time, and I'm enjoying that.
Good. Shirley, how about you? What was one win from the program for the week?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I would agree with what she just said, just trying to, because my days and nights have just been absolutely crazy until the end of this month. So just trying to make sure that my morning is, planned, and if I can get that straight, getting the time in, my Bible time and my affirmations I say in the car on the way to work, that helps me to just get everything done that I need to, and just trying to plan. I'm like them. Most days I get it done, but then there's some days. So I'm trying to be more consistent with the planning ahead, your day and your week ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, I do with my job, but my other life is crazy. So anyway, just trying to get me consistent.
Hey, Melissa. Hold on, you're muted. Let me unmute you. All right. What was your win for the week, Melissa?
The mornings, same. I was actually able to get up before my kids, I think 3 days this week, and just have my mornings planned out. So that was really, really nice. It was amazing.
Awesome. All right. So I have 4 questions I wanted to just use for a discussion. So, well, we kind of already touched on this. So my first one was just like, what was one thing that each of you added to your morning routine that you weren't already doing before? So I know mornings were really great for you guys, but what was one thing that you're doing different that you haven't done before? Kristen, we'll just start and go back through again.
Okay. I feel like when she talked about actually getting ready before you sat down to have God time was really huge. I was like, oh, I never even thought of doing that. And that helped so much. It helped me stay awake. It allowed me to have time longer, because then I didn't have to think about, okay, I got to stop this at such and such a time to get ready and blah, blah, blah. So that was really helpful. Seemed like such an easy thing.
No, I've had to also incorporate that into my morning routine. I've tried multiple morning routines, but that seems to be the one that works best for me, is getting ready first and then going into my devotionals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Susan, how about you?
Okay, I'm the weirdo. I have to have my God time first. That gets me going. And I get ready a lot easier and everything, so
What was one new thing that you added to your mindful morning routine?
Well, in the last week?
Mm-hmm. Or was it just the prayer Jabez was like the new thing?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the newest thing, but that happened before this last week, but yeah.
What is it that you're saying? The what?
The prayer of Jabez.
Oh, I always heard it, the prayer of Jabez. Is that in the,
maybe it is. Maybe
I missed, Brandy.
I don't know how you pronounce that. It's Jabez.
Well,
Melissa probably knows. Is it Jabez?
So if in Spanish it would be Jabez, because the J is pronounced with an H sound, but we're American, so we're pronouncing it Jabez.
And I don't know what Israelites. I don't know how they pronounced it.
Yeah, that's true. Like, who knows what it is?
Was that in one of the days, the last 2 days that I?
No, it wasn't. That's just Susan had started reading that. When 2 weeks ago, Susan.
Yeah, I was after. See, Melissa shared that with me, and she mentioned that to me when I needed to hear it. It was God's hands with that. So yeah,
it's being a blessing for you.
Yeah, it really has been just a total blessing. So yeah,
for me, I did time blocking for my morning, and it's totally changed my days. I actually have a schedule for my days for the whole week laid out for the rest of the school year. So that's been amazing. And last night, my daughter was awake all night long. And so I set the time as I need to get out of bed, win the battle of the bed. That was the big thing for me. I was like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to have my tea, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to pray and I'm going to do my Bible time. And then I can deal with the day. And so far, every single day, the kids have been asleep all the way through my quiet time. Maybe sit down and listen to my Bible time with me at the end, and I'm okay with that. But it's been like I get to actually have time for myself before the kids get up, which I didn't think that was possible. Yeah. And then she was awake all night last night, and my whole morning just shifted because the time block was till 9 o'clock to get all my stuff done. And I was totally able to do it all. Even though it started an hour, 2 hours later, it just worked. So it was nice.
Awesome. Lauren, what about you? What was the new thing?
I would have to say the implementation of the affirmations, and also getting up maybe just a little bit earlier, because like many of you have said too, you have to get ready first. I'm the same way. Otherwise I feel like I kind of stress out and I can't relax and really devote my time to it. So, but adding the daily affirmations has been something new for me in the mornings consistently.
Awesome. Shirley, what was one new thing for you this week?
I like I said, I was trying to do the time blocking for the day, and that did help on the days that I did it. I do a lot of I have a Bible app where I listen to the Bible. I listen to the Bible usually when I'm getting ready. And then if I have extra time, then I usually do some kind of devotional, but I also listen to the YouTubes and say my affirmations in the car. So, I mean, I've kind of been doing that, but I've been more consistent, I guess. But the time blocking is probably what I added the most.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So the next question I wanted to dive into is limiting beliefs. So what was one of the limiting beliefs that you had discovered? And then how did you flip it into an affirmation? Kirsten,
Oh, do I go?
if you want to.
I really realized that a lot of my limiting beliefs have to do with me as a leader.
Interesting.
And so I kind of combined a couple of them. I don't really know which one. Okay, so I'll just say, if you get to gold, which is that's like the next level that I would hit. If you get to gold, you'll have to have a team under you. Good luck with that. You're going to suck as a leader. It's going to take a long time to build my team, and I won't like my team. So my truth with it was, your team will come quickly and unexpectedly, and the camaraderie will be incredible and unheard of. They will be compassionate. You will be compassionate and capable of leading the biggest team ever, while also creating art and raising a family.
I love that. That's awesome. That sounds so much better than the first version.
Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Susan, how about you?
Oh gosh, I have to follow that. She did terrific. Well, I've got a lot of them here, but the one I didn't realize at first. I didn't realize how nervous I was to do lives. And I really got to think about it. I'm like, I'm nervous about this. But so that was one. It's like, I'm nervous to do lives. I'm gonna, just really bomb it. Actually, I find it, as long as I plan, I'm very comfortable with doing them. But the key is to make sure I have, notes in front of me. Otherwise, it'll just. That's how I am with anything, though. Yeah. I've got to prepare for it, get focused, and then I'm fine.
Are you saying any affirmations around your lives before you go live? Like, have you switched your mindset or the story you're telling yourself now that you're aware that you're nervous anyways?
Just, I find it very easy to do once I plan, and it just all flows. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, Lauren.
I was trying to find my copy in my email because I filled mine out that way, and I'm like, I can't get to it to say. I feel bad.
Okay. Do you want us to come back to you?
Yes, if you don't mind. I'm still searching.
Sure. Shirley, did you have limiting beliefs that you'd flip to an affirmation?
I don't think I wrote them down, but I did. I mean, I would agree with, who's the first one? Well, who's the lady that went first?
Me?
Kristen.
Yes, Kristen. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably am similar to hers as far as like, I don't feel like I would be a good leader. Like I want to be a leader, and I think that, I don't know. I have a lot of limiting beliefs that I need to work on making better. Most of my affirmations I've been doing has been like scriptural, like using Psalm 91 and just, some like Joyce Meyer's affirmations. So I need to work at flipping. I didn't think about that, flipping my thoughts like that. So I need to work on those.
And that's really what this exercise is about, is so that when you have these limiting beliefs come in, because regardless of where you are, like when you hit gold, you'll find that you're going to have new limiting beliefs come up to do that next strength. So these are like tools that you can put in place to be like, oh, there's a limiting belief. Okay, how do I flip it, make it into an affirmation, and then go crush my next goal? So that's what we're trying to teach you through these modules, is giving you tools and strategies so that when these things come up, these fears, these doubts, these stories, you have tools in place to, one, become aware of them, and then pivot and start changing that paradigm that you've been telling yourself for years, or however long that limiting belief arose. But I still have to do limiting beliefs, but after practicing, I can be like, oh shoot, I'm like gotten that stinking thinking, I need to change my thoughts. And I'm able to pivot much more quickly and get out of that negative state much more quickly, instead of dwelling in it and living in that like state of fear or state of doubt, which is what I used to be. So that's really what we want you to get from this first week, is tools in place so that as you're growing as leaders and as entrepreneurs, or just even as parents, or whatever other relationships you have, or whatever roles you have, you can know, okay, this is a fear, this is a doubt, this is a lie from the enemy, and I can combat it with truth, with my identity in the Lord, with affirmations. So Shirley, I love that you use scripture, because I do that a lot too. Like I love saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I'll like add on, as a child of God, I'm exactly where I need to be. Yeah. And I'll say like Romans 8:28, God is working all things for my good. So I also use affirmations along with doing affirmations like what Kristen does around my team or the people I'm trying to attract, or money comes to me easily and effortlessly in the right timing is another affirmation I have. So
yeah, it definitely has made me more aware. Your teaching made me more aware of like my thoughts and how Satan is controlling that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I know better, but actually doing it is another
Yeah.
It's a daily practice, and that's why it's important to have the morning routine in place, because then that becomes your practice, that becomes your habit. And so you're habitually thinking good things, you're habitually doing success activities that are starting your day off the right way. So that's like where the more you do this, the easier it's going to come for you to just like, oh, gotta flip that mindset. Because our thoughts really are habits, and you're basically programming your mind on how you're going to be thinking. And so if you're always programmed to think negatively, then you're going to always think negatively and you're going to attract negativity. But if you can flip your brain to think positively, then you're going to see positive things happening, because you're going to attract happy people. You're going to attract good situations, because that's the road you're going down.
I was really surprised when you said the thing about the calendar, like putting things in every hour.
You don't have to be that crazy.
That I feel like that's actually what I feel like I probably do need. Yeah. But because when I set up my affirmations calendar, I know I told you about it. It was once a day, and I'm finding that the time of day that I set up the calendar, like the alarm to go off, it's not a great time because my phone is already on do not disturb. Yeah. So I never actually get the alert. So doing it every hour would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
So if you guys don't know what she's talking about, on my Google, I have a Google Calendar, but whatever calendar app you have on your phone, I just set like a event reminder and have it scheduled for like every hour forever. And it's different. I have different ones throughout the day. So like around lunchtime, I have one around my health, like eating, my body works to its full potential and is balanced. or it says something a little bit different, but that you get the gist of it. And like in the morning, I have something about the day being new. The first one I see is
is it the same, like every day it's the same one?
Yeah, so like every day at 5 a.m. it says something wonderful will happen today. At 6 it says my life is filled with blessings and I am grateful. So that's like the first thing I see when I wake up. At 7, mine says the Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to those who seek him. 8 o'clock says God is working all things for my good and I'm destined for success. So like when I get to work, that's the one I see when I'm walking into the building. 9 says I'm on a mission to make a difference and change someone's life. 10 says, so this is like we have BPs, brand partners in our company. So it says I'm attracting BPs who have a burning desire, coachable, and have a willingness to work. 11, I have, this is a new one I added this year and I really like it. You have gifts, talents, abilities, experiences, wisdom, and insights that the world is waiting on and desperately needs.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
You showed me that one at church.
And then at 12 o'clock it says, I'm healthy in my mind, body, and spirit. My body works to its full potential and is balanced. So I say that like when I'm going to lunch. Because like food, with my Crohn's disease, like food has just been an issue for me. So I'm trying to like speak life over the food that I'm putting in my body, and that just like my body is healing itself. And then at 1 o'clock, as I'm getting ready to start the afternoon, I'm surrendering this day to God's glory. So that one has saved me a few times. It's funny because I don't always see these every day. It's like you get swiped away, but it's like when I need that affirmation, it's like I see it at that right timing. So I have affirmations all the way until 11 o'clock. I attract the right people, situations, and circumstances easily and effortlessly in the right timing. I like this one. I say at 9 o'clock, I say I'm sending positive and loving energy into the world. And I just try to be like take a minute and breathe and like send happy thoughts out. So I do have one, it's a different one, but it's that every 5 a.m. or every 6 a.m. it's the same one. So I just set like a repeat for that specific affirmation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I would try, if you're going to do that, I would try to do affirmations around, and we dive into this in a later module about like setting goals, but you really want to have like affirmations in all areas of your life, because you want to have like a healthy, happy life. You want to be balanced. So you want to be healthy in your finances. You want to be healthy in your relationships. You want to be healthy in your spiritual life, in your business life. So like if you're going to do like a full day of affirmations, then I would write down like affirmations, 2 or 3 affirmations around each of those categories. So around your family, around your marriage, around your finances, around your health, around your business, because you want to be successful and have abundance in all areas of your life. Is Melissa back? There she is.
I'm not feeling well tonight, so I'm just.
It's okay. What was one of the limiting beliefs that you had that you flipped into an affirmation?
Well, I don't think I got to that section yet, but I actually was really struggling with the affirmations themselves, just on the mindful morning page. Mm-hmm. And just like, I was like, no, that's not me. So I had to take those and flip them. So,
like the ones that were provided, the affirmations that were provided, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like we don't switch to use those. Like those are just examples.
Right, exactly. But there were things that was true that I needed to say, okay, this is true. And I need to just, actually say it.
Yeah. One of the things that helps me is I have Post-it notes on my mirror in my bathroom. So if nothing else, I'm saying affirmations out loud in the morning and at night. So like when I'm washing my face, brushing my teeth, if nothing else, I'm reading them while I'm brushing my teeth. but it's also a good reminder to be like, okay, I need to say this out loud. So at least 2 times a day, I'm saying 3 of my affirmations out loud. Because obviously when I'm getting like an affirmation in the middle of the meeting at work, I'm not going to just be like, I'm attracting brand partners easily and effortlessly. So, but, I have specific ones that I have posted. Or if I have a specific goal, I might actually put that one on my refrigerator too. And so that when I go to the refrigerator, I can see it. So those are great ways to help you get into that routine as well as saying your affirmations daily. It's just like posting them where you're going to see them, or like I have a thing that says I am powerful on my dashboard. And so it's just like stuck right next to my speed limit dial thingy. So just like putting them in strategic places where you're going to be reminded of your affirmations so that you can make them part of your routine.
I'm taking my Google document of them and just reading them through them. Like I get my tea, I sit down, and then I turn on my phone to that document and I read through, starting with the thankfulness at the top and then just going through. And that's been a really good morning routine for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't quite adapted that one yet. That was more of Natalie's technique. So whatever works for you guys, it's really just a matter of like making sure that they're a part of your daily practice. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter when you do them, how you do them. It's just really getting you guys to start doing them, because that's where you're going to see that change in your mindset. Okay. How was writing your letter to fear?
Haven't done it yet.
Okay. Has anybody done that part?
Yes.
Awesome, Susan.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Like, what was the experience while you were writing that letter? What were feelings that came up or thoughts that came up?
I just, I was able to really tell fear off.
Yeah. Could have felt powerful and empowering.
Yeah. I said I was grateful that fear identified yourself and have learned from what I've been through. But it's time to end it. Done with it. I don't have to deal with you any longer. It's time to say goodbye. And it's just long overdue to step into the purpose God has for me. But I keep telling myself that you're never too old. I just keep saying you're never too old. It's high time. But I remember growing up, a lot of times my mom would tell, just always tell Satan, get behind me, Satan, whenever you feel that way. So I told fear, get behind me, and there's no room for you in my life. I can't even acknowledge you. It just, a lot of this, and when I think of, God keeping us from evil, I think how in heaven, none of this, the fear and that isn't even an emotion that you experience anymore. It's just not part of it. So that is how I looked at fear. And it's just like, I can't even acknowledge you. I will not acknowledge you anymore. You're not part of life. So it does, even now, just saying it right now, it makes me feel very strong, like, wow, so yeah.
I think fear is always going to be in our life. I mean, our bodies are programmed to have fear, like our brains just work like that, but it's a matter of like not letting fear be in the driver's seat. It's just like it's more of like emotions, anger, fear, sadness, they're really just feedback. And then you get to choose how you react or respond to that feedback. Right. You're in control of your thoughts and your emotions and your behaviors. And so that was something that was really powerful for me when I was going through this myself, was like, fear's always going to be there. And I can, it's helpful to be like, okay, did you think of all these scenarios? But ultimately you're in control, you're driving. It's not going to take over and stop me from doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's really there to give me feedback. Like, okay, thank you. I heard you. I thank you for that feedback. And now I'm closing the door on you. So I love your letter, Susan. Lauren, did you find your affirmations?
I did. Do you mean the limiting statement part or the actual affirmation?
Yeah. So the first question that I think you had to pull up your thing was, what was one of the or limiting beliefs that you had flipped into an affirmation?
Mm-hmm. So it was a little bit more generic on this one, but just in general, not being as successful as others, and that is just a constant struggle where you shouldn't compare yourself because we're all going through different things, but just telling myself that I am successful and I will, like you say, have BPs gravitate towards me, etc. like that. But I wanted to talk actually about the fear note. I actually really enjoyed doing that. Mine was very short and concise because I felt like I didn't need a lot of verbiage. It was just that song, especially the lyrics of that song were like amazing. That I pulled from a lot. That spoke to me, I'd say, the most. So I'm glad you shared that.
You're welcome. I think we dropped Melissa. Shirley, did you write your letter to fear? Hold on. I think you're muted. Okay, there you are.
No, I didn't write it on paper. I wrote it in my mind, but I'm like her. A lot of the oh my goodness, parts of the song, and but in my mind I wrote it, but I didn't write it down on paper. So no.
Okay. I would encourage you guys to like write stuff down, just because once you get it on paper, it's more solid and your thoughts are able to get out. That's why like writing down your affirmations on Post-it notes or putting them on your phone, because things in your brain can get messed up sometimes. So I just think it's really helpful for exercises to like make sure you're writing them down. And it's fine that you haven't done it yet, but just like it will make a difference once you actually get it on paper. Okay. So those were really all the questions I had. Do you guys have any takeaways or like questions that you guys want to finish up with?
Go ahead.
Brandy, do you know, I think it was Anna Camp that did a video, and she did like her visualization and I think affirmations all on a video thing that do you remember what that was?
It is you have to pay for it. Because I've looked into it. So it's almost better if you just make a YouTube video of yourself, like record yourself, or like do a slideshow. I think that would, if you're wanting to do something free. I think it was called Mind Movie, was what the app was called. But you can't do anything with it unless you pay extra.
But you could probably even do, like you said, a PowerPoint with add music like to it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
what I would do. Natalie, I think, has done something like that, so I'll see if she can post hers.
I was just thinking if you had that, if you tried to play that every day, like at the big part of your morning routine, that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. Like it's like a video of their vision board and their affirmations, and it's them talking, and so that's what they listen to when they first wake up. They get the visual and they're getting the affirmation. So that is another way to do that.
I was going to say, once I finally like grasped what visualizing was, and I did my, I guess the vision plan kind of thing. Holy cow. I just did it to the end of, like by January 1st, 2020, and then a year from now. Mm-hmm. And all the things I wrote down for a year from now, it was like, I cannot even fathom what 5 years from now could possibly look like, So that was really, really empowering. And I wanted to share what I was circling, what prayer I'm circling.
Yeah.
Can we share those?
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
So I'm praying that God will bring in $10,000 in sales by the end of the year with Plexus and my art business. And I shared with Brandy the other day that one of my goals this month was to gain 2 ambassadors and 3 or 5 clients. So within 2 days, I got 2 new ambassadors, and I have 4 people who are kind of in the works of becoming new clients. So my goal that I had to reach for the entire month, I've halfway hit it, like before even, I think that was like the 8th or 9th that I got my second ambassador. So I don't know, I hope that's encouraging.
That's awesome. It is very, like, I love vision boards, and once I started doing those, it completely changed my life, because then I actually had, you know, those saying where it's like you can live 1 year 99 times, or a year. I think I totally messed it up, but you have 2 options. You can live every year differently, or you can live every year the same. And so since I started doing vision boards, I'm like, feel like I'm designing my life. And I finally this year put together a success book. So I do like a bulletin board with pictures, and that way I can take the pictures off, and then I print off me actually doing my vision, and I have like a scrapbook. So that was really cool for me to put that together this year, like all the trips I've gone on, or like different promotions that I've earned, or just like financial goals that Jeremy and I have hit. So it's kind of cool to be like, when you're having a dump day, you can go back and be like, okay, I am really awesome. Like, I can do this. Like, I can do this. So that's been kind of cool to see, like, how far you've come too. So if you guys haven't done vision boards yet, like, maybe we could do a group one at the end of this, of the course. I don't know. I think, have you guys, Susan and Lauren?
Yeah. I got mine right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
Awesome. I like it. Shirley, have you done vision boards?
Yeah, I've done one. I need to update it, but yeah.
Awesome. Lauren, I think have you done one, Lauren?
Yeah, but on my phone.
Okay.
I want to do one to put up in the office that's bigger.
That's another thing, Kristen. If I can, I don't know if you can see. This is the one that's on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just did a collage. So it's a picture of Natalie and I. That was like our very first like picture of us for our business that we did like last November. And then I wanted to get debt free with $13,000, pay off my student loans, but we're adopting, so that money's kind of going towards that fee. But I'm still going to try to pay off as much as my student loans as I can this year. And then I earned my Lexus, and I've been traveling this year, so those were like my main. And I just did pic collage, and I just took pictures off of Pinterest or out of my gallery, and just like, I had to do it about 4 times to get the shape right, so it would fit in my phone and not cut off the pictures.
Oh.
But
okay. Yeah, I have Pick Stitch. I could do that in Pick
oh, okay, yeah. And then you just make it your wallpaper. So that's like a more of like a virtual way for you to have your dream board.
That's great. Yeah, and Natalie sent them. I don't know if she just sent them to me or sent them. I feel like she posted hers. She posted pictures. She shared pictures.
Okay. Any other takeaways from this week or questions? If not, we can wrap up. So really, we just wanted you guys to start thinking of these tools that you can keep in your tool belt, because like I said, fears and limiting beliefs are always going to be there, but you can now flip the script and change that paradigm. And, you know, because Satan is really going to use these to keep you from reaching your calling. And so now you can like go back and read through your affirmations, read through those promises, and have gratitude to help you change your state when you find yourself in maybe a negative environment or just a negative mindset. That was like one thing today. I was just like not feeling well because I've been in a lot of pain. And, you know, I came home and did yoga. And instead of like beating myself up because I can't really do my weight training that I like to do or my pure bar that I love to do. So I did yoga, and then I just laid in my bed and meditated while I laid on a hot pad and took ibuprofen. And I was just like, thank you, God, that I have this. Like, I'm on a Tempur-Pedic, it was like $5,000, but Jeremy and I both have back issues, so it was an investment. I'm like, I'm just so grateful that I have a nice bed to make me feel better, and have a heating pad, and have the ability to have medications that can help ease my pain. And so just like when you get into that negative mindset, you can go back to your affirmations and go back to your gratitudes, and just remember, like, no matter how bad the situation gets, there's always something to be grateful for. And that just, gratitude just really does change everything. And so if you can remember in those difficult times that, okay, I really can get through this, and I am a child of God. I've got royalty status. I'm a daughter of a king, and he says I can do all things through him who gives me strength. And you just have those affirmations, you're going to just get through that hurdle or that fear or that doubt so much more easily. And life's just going to be so much better. Like, I can't tell you how much better my life has been since I started implementing these tools. So we're so excited that we get to share them with you guys. And like, I've loved you guys sharing just the impact that you've already had this week. So thank you so much for being open with how it's helping you guys, because that means a lot to Natalie and I, because we've had a lot of tears and frustration getting this together. The devil really has, I felt like, oppressed us to get to this point. So, but I know God's going to use this for his good and his glory. So that's all I have tonight, unless you guys have anything, but I'll let you guys hop off and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Brandy.
Have a good week. Night.
Bye-bye.